In the shadowed heart of the Pacific, where storm clouds choke the horizon, May Island looms like a forgotten grave. A reconnaissance team has vanished into its fog-shrouded labs, and now a new squad touches down. Captain Will Kane, steely-eyed and scarred from too many unwinnable wars. Dr. Sophie Miller, the brilliant virologist haunted by her own ethical ghosts. And a mix of grizzled soldiers and reluctant scientists, all strapped with rifles, hazmat suits, and the weight of classified orders. All-Recor's bioweapons research facility, they say, suffered a containment breach. Test 48, a weaponized pathogen designed to dissolve enemy lines from the inside out. But as their chopper blades fade to silence on the rain-slicked helipad, the island whispers warnings. Twisted scarecrows melting into black ooze, birds plummeting from barren branches like stones, their feathers crumbling to ash. The team pushes inland, boots sinking into mud that smells of rust and regret. Flashlights carve through the gloom of an abandoned outpost. Overturned chairs, walls etched with frantic claw marks, a radio spitting static like a dying breath. Then a rustle in the underbrush. A survivor, Mitchell, collapses at their feet, his skin pallid, veined with creeping darkness. He points to nothing, to the air itself, as faint tendrils of smoke curl from his pores, invisible until they kiss the light. Kane hauls him up, the group retreating in a sprint as shadows slither along the tree line, devouring leaves in silent hunger. Back in the medbay's sterile glare, Miller's scanner hums over Mitchell's arm. Cells bubbling, flesh corroding into a viscous black sludge. This isn't a virus, it's a swarm, a hive-mind entity born of corporate ambition, turning hosts into husks that hunt without mercy, unable to cross water, but thriving in the wind. Flashbacks flicker like fever dreams, white-coated figures in the depths of Ulra's labs, injecting a writhing rat with emerald serum. It seizes, body erupting in acrid vapor that shatters vials and seals alike. Alarms wail in memory as the smoke escapes, a corrosive fog that reprograms life into undeath. Ray, the ex-Ulra whistleblower among them, unrolls trembling blueprints in a cluttered office, tracing veins of failure through the island's underground bunkers. Test 48 was meant to end wars, his eyes confess without words. But it ended us first. Perimeter patrols turn nightmarish, soldiers stepping on brittle carcasses that trigger avalanches of decay from the canopy. Rachel, the young medic with fire in her veins, brushes a vine and seals her fate. A twitch, then agony as black webs spider across her throat, her screams swallowed by the script's unyielding silence. Quarantined behind steel doors, Rachel thrashes on the exam table, half her form liquefying into lashing tendrils that scar the glass. Miller and Ray race against the rot, blending Rachel's tainted blood with a glowing blue antidote in a fume hood's frantic alchemy. Bubbles rising like omens, stabilizing into a syringe of fragile hope. But suspicion festers. Alan Thirst, the quiet engineer, averts his gaze too often, his pocket comms device glinting like a traitor's fang under emergency lights. Kane's confrontation simmers in shadows, reflections of encroaching smoke dancing in Alan's pupils. Outside, the ambush erupts. A gooey husk lunges from rusted vents, dissolving a soldier's arm in a spray of vapor, the team firing into the writhing mass as it reforms, relentless. Deeper they delve, descending creaking stairs into pulsing tunnels where walls breathe with faint black veins. In a cavernous chamber, the horror unveils, husks clustered in grotesque unity, tendrils weaving a neural web that throbs toward intruders like a single insatiable mind. Alan's betrayal ignites, vial shattered in the chaos, shards catching light as Ray counters with a partial dose, Alan's skin rippling in grotesque merger with the swarm. Rachel, her humanity a fading ember, breaks free to shield them, dissolving in a sacrificial burst that buys precious seconds. Flares streak the stormy sky for air support, husks scaling towers like living vines, while in the core lab, Test 49 awakens, a towering vortex of smoke with eyes like embers, shattering its pod in crystalline slow motion. The chase carves through collapsing passages, Ray venting white gas to stall the tide. In the control room, he slams the antitoxin lever, underground blasts rippling the earth, clouds of salvation incinerating husks in ethereal fire. Alan, now a fused abomination of flesh and fog, corners them on the rooftop, lightning etching his elongated limbs in brutal silhouette. Kane's fists meet the horror in a storm-lashed brawl, ending with a shove into the smokestack's mouth. Rotors thrum as the survivors lift off, the island a pyre of flames and plumes below. Back at base, debrief screens flicker with footage of the nightmare, but Miller's gaze locks on Kane's hand, a faint black vein pulsing beneath his skin. He clenches it, hiding the seed of sequel. In the end, the cure was the true weapon, and the smoke, it never truly dies, fade to the curl of a single tendril in the dark, promising more.